Have you ever felt drained after explaining yourself to people who don't even care to understand? How many times have you found yourself justifying your dreams, defending your choices, or waiting for approval to move forward? Dear brothers and sisters, let's pause and reflect. Why do we spend so much energy proving ourselves to people when we were created to seek the pleasure of only one, Allah Almighty? Every second spent seeking people's validation is a moment stolen from our own growth. The moment we shift our intention inward, purely for the sake of Allah Almighty, everything begins to change. You no longer need to prove your worth, because your worth was already written by the one who created you. Islam teaches us to live with sincerity, to do good silently, and to trust that Allah Almighty sees every effort, even those hidden from the world. Sometimes our greatest weakness is not lack of ability, but our constant urge to be understood. But here's the truth. Not everyone deserves access to your heart. Not every opinion matters. Allah Almighty says in the Quran, "Then whoever puts their trust in Allah, then He alone is sufficient for them." When you do something for His sake, when your focus is no longer on gaining approval from others, but rather on fulfilling your purpose, a beautiful shift happens inside you. You become calm, you become focused, and most importantly, you become free. You are no longer chained to people's expectations. You start walking your path with sincerity and peace. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Part of someone being a good Muslim is leaving what does not concern them." Think of that. How much lighter would life be if we simply let go of what was never ours to carry? When your heart is constantly pulled in the direction of others' opinions, your soul becomes tired. You begin to lose clarity. You question your decisions. You doubt your worth. But when you reconnect with Allah Almighty, when you remind yourself that you are His servant, not the world's performer, you reclaim your strength. You're not here to impress, and you don't need to announce your journey. You just need to begin. In Islam, there is great reward in silent, consistent effort. Our faith is not about noise. It's about sincerity. It's about striving in secret and trusting that the one who sees all sees you too. Ask yourself this: would you keep trying to explain your heart to someone who doesn't even want to listen? Then why keep doing that with the world? The truth is, when you stop explaining and start growing, people begin to notice, not because you're louder, but because your character shines through your silence. Real strength is quiet. Real growth is hidden until it blooms. Just like a tree takes root underground before it ever reaches the sky, your growth begins in the unseen. When you water your soul with remembrance, with prayer, with the Quran, with sincere intentions, the results will come. And they will come from the one who never forgets an ounce of effort. Stop waiting for the world to clap. Start living to please the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Let today be the day you take your energy back. Let this moment be the beginning of something sacred. Say Bismillah and start walking toward your goal silently, consistently, and purely for Allah Almighty. You don't need to explain yourself. You just need to show up for yourself, for your purpose, and for your afterlife. And when you do, the same people who doubted you will one day ask how you did it. And you won't have to say a word, because your success will speak for itself, and your Lord will reward you beyond what anyone else can ever give. So guard your energy, protect your focus, and walk with intention, because every step you take sincerely, Allah Almighty sees it. And He never lets any good go to waste. Have you ever wondered why you feel so drained at the end of the day, even when you've done nothing meaningful? That's the quiet cost of wasted energy. Your attention, your emotions, your focus, all of these are blessings from Allah Almighty. They are not unlimited, and they are not yours to scatter aimlessly. In Islam, we are taught that everything we have is a trust. Allah Almighty says in the Quran, "Indeed, the hearing, the sight, and the heart, about all those will be questioned." So where is your energy going? Are you feeding your soul, or are you allowing the world to slowly drain it away with distractions and noise? We live in an age where constant input surrounds us, notifications, opinions, demands, pulling our focus in every direction. But Islam gives us something far more valuable than this noise: clarity. Clarity to choose where to direct our hearts. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Take benefit of 5 before 5, your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness." One of those blessings is your free time. It slips away quietly, moment by moment. When you use your energy in ways that serve your faith, uplift your soul, and align with your purpose, it multiplies. It returns to you with divine blessing. But when you use it to chase meaningless things, it disappears and leaves you feeling empty. Your energy was never meant to be wasted on what doesn't serve your afterlife. Think of your energy like a bucket of water. If there are small holes leaking from every side, a conversation that drains you, a habit that weakens you, a distraction that steals your attention, then by the time you get to what really matters, your bucket is empty. This is what many people experience daily: fatigue without fulfillment, effort without impact. But the solution is simple and deeply Islamic. You must patch those holes. You must protect your soul from what drains it. That means saying no to gossip, saying no to endless scrolling, saying no to environments that pull you away from remembrance of Allah Almighty. Because if you don't protect your hearts, the world will consume it and leave you with nothing but exhaustion and regret. Your energy thrives where it is respected. When we invest our time in prayer, in learning, in charity, in kind words, we find ourselves spiritually energized. That's not a coincidence, that's divine blessing. When we spend time with those who remind us of Allah Almighty, when we sit in gatherings of knowledge or listen to the Quran with sincerity, our hearts feel at peace. And when our hearts are at peace, our energy returns. If you feel constantly tired, constantly off balance, ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my purpose? Am I protecting my soul, or letting the worldly life take from it little by little? These questions are uncomfortable but necessary, because your soul deserves rest, and rest comes when your energy is rooted in faith. So let today be a renewal of that trust. Your energy is a trust. Use it wisely. Start placing your attention where it matters, in prayer, in gratitude, in meaningful action. Choose your company with care. Protect your space. Reclaim your day. Every drop of energy you give should either bring you closer to Allah Almighty or help someone else do the same. Anything less is a theft from your purpose. The